Welcome to Voice of Stories. Discover tales that inspire, captivate, and bring words to life. Subscribe for unforgettable stories.
In a world where secrets are traded and deception is the currency, one website became infamous for being the hub of illicit desires. Discreet Connections, formerly known as Secret Affairs Hub, was the go-to platform for people seeking to cheat on their partners, a place where anonymity ruled and boundaries blurred. Launched in 2002 by entrepreneur James Bierman, it quickly became the most popular dating site for married individuals looking to escape their everyday lives for a secret romance. Its slogan was bold: escape the ordinary, find something more. And it attracted millions, with over 80 million members worldwide by 2015. The website promised privacy, even selling a service called Full Deletion, where users could erase all their information for a small fee, giving them the illusion that their secret affairs were truly hidden forever. But everything was about to change. How it all started. The site made its fortune by capitalizing on infidelity. Men and women alike flocked to Discreet Connections in search of what they couldn't find in their marriages. Each user had the option to create a completely anonymous profile, including fake names and blurry photos, ensuring no one would ever discover their true identity. Messages and interactions required credits to unlock, and they weren't cheap. For about $59, a user could purchase 100 credits, allowing them to send messages, chat privately, and boost their profiles. While the site made millions off these secret desires, it was built on a business model of deception, not just between spouses, but between the users and the platform itself. But behind the facade of privacy, one thing was certain: Discreet Connections wasn't as secure as it claimed to be. The perfect target. As the site's popularity grew, so did its enemies. Discreet Connections wasn't just known for its controversial services. It also ran other scandalous platforms aimed at different groups. Websites like Cash Dates, a service targeting young women for sugar daddy relationships, and Elite Connections, catering to wealthy men seeking beautiful women. These sites used shady marketing tactics, including fake success stories and hired models posing as executives to lure in customers. Their approach sparked outrage across social media and news outlets, drawing attention to their unethical business practices. By 2015, the parent company, once called Scandal Media, had become infamous in the tech world for profiting off questionable services. With over 30 million active users on Discreet Connections alone, the company's worth was estimated in the billions. But little did they know, they had made a fatal mistake. The hack in mid-2015, an anonymous hacker group calling themselves the Silent Watchers issued a warning to Scandal Media. They announced they had infiltrated the company's systems and gained access to the private data of millions of users. Their demand was clear: shut down the website and its affiliates or face public humiliation. The hackers called out Scandal Media for its lax security and deceitful promises of privacy, claiming that despite charging users for full deletion, the company wasn't actually erasing any personal data. While the hackers initially released small bits of information to prove their point, the stakes were high. If the Silent Watchers followed through on their threat, the consequences would be catastrophic, not just for the company, but for the millions of people whose secrets would be laid bare. However, instead of taking the hackers seriously, Scandal Media dismissed their warnings, choosing to continue business as usual. They kept the sites running, convinced that nothing could bring them down. That was a mistake. The data leak. On August 17, 2015, the Silent Watchers made good on their threat. They released 10 gigabytes of data, a treasure trove of private information, including names, email addresses, phone numbers, and even transaction histories of over 37 million users. Among the exposed data were the personal details of prominent individuals, including government officials and military personnel. And that was just the beginning. With the data breach, it wasn't just the user's privacy that was shattered, it was the entire business model of Scandal Media. For years they had claimed to offer privacy, but the truth was undeniable now. Their promises had been lies. The hackers had also exposed emails, internal documents, and even communication logs from the CEO, James Bierman, showing how the company had deliberately misled its users about the effectiveness of their full deletion service. The hackers revealed that, despite paying $19 for the privilege of having their data deleted, many users' sensitive information was still stored in the company's databases. This revelation was the final nail in the coffin for Scandal Media. The aftermath. As the leaked data spread across the internet, social media exploded. People scoured the lists, desperate to see if their spouses, friends, or family members were involved in the scandal. It didn't take long for the truth to sink in. Discreet Connections wasn't a place for harmless fun. It was a multi-million-dollar business built on deception and infidelity, and its users had paid the price. The leak was devastating, not just for the company, but for the lives of millions. Relationships were torn apart, marriages ended, and public figures found themselves under scrutiny. The silent watchers had exposed the dark side of secret online relationships, showing how easily trust could be broken in the pursuit of hidden pleasures. But the story didn't end there. While the fallout from the breach continued, it also opened up a larger conversation about the ethics of online dating and privacy. Was it right for companies to profit off people's deepest secrets? Could there ever be true privacy in the digital age? One thing was clear. Discreet Connections was no longer a place for hidden affairs. It was a cautionary tale of what can happen when the digital world collides with our personal lives. The Ashley Madison hack, the secret that shattered lives. In 2015, a hacker group called the Impact Team launched a devastating attack on Ashley Madison, a website designed to facilitate extramarital affairs. They didn't just steal data, they exposed an entire industry built on deceit, and what followed changed lives forever. The hack revealed the truth behind Ashley Madison's promises. User data was far from secure, and the site itself was far less honest than it claimed. People who thought they were paying for privacy found out the hard way that their information wasn't safe. Worse still, many of those who used the site were led to believe they were interacting with real women, but in reality, many of the profiles were fake, created by the company itself. And when the hackers dug into the data, it was clear that the odds of actually connecting with a real woman on the site were astronomically low. The shocking truth: a website built on lies. Ashley Madison's claims about having millions of female members were shattered when the hackers released a damning report. Of the 31 million men on the site, there were only 5.5 million women. But even more shocking was the fact that less than 0.1% of those women ever responded to messages. The math didn't add up. Investigations soon revealed that the company had created thousands of fake female profiles designed to lure men into paying memberships, all while making it look like there was a real female presence on the site. Ashley Madison wasn't just guilty of poor security. They were accused of using deception to profit from lonely, often desperate men, creating fake personas that could lure customers into spending more money. Lawsuits soon followed, including one from an employee who had been tasked with creating fake profiles, claiming that she had been injured while doing so. The company's response? Deny everything. They blamed the hackers and said that they had no part in creating the fake profiles, despite all the evidence pointing to the contrary. Even when the hackers exposed internal emails and IP addresses from Ashley Madison's offices, showing that these fake profiles came directly from their own servers, the company tried to shift the blame to third-party scammers. The fallout: personal lives ruined. The most devastating consequences of the hack were felt by the 37 million people whose personal information was exposed. Their secret lives, once hidden behind a screen, were now out in the open for anyone to see. The hackers, in a letter to the public, urged them to move on with their lives and to take legal action against the company that had betrayed them. But for many, this was easier said than done. The world was watching as husbands found themselves exposed, their marriages at risk. Wives, many of whom had no idea their partners were on the site, could now easily search through the leaked data to find their husbands' names. For some, this was too much to bear. The impact on these families was profound. Some marriages ended, and others were never the same. Scammers and blackmailers exploit the situation. With all this sensitive data on hand, it didn't take long for scammers to jump into the fray. They targeted the men whose secrets had been exposed, threatening to reveal their affairs to their families unless they paid a hefty ransom, often demanding Bitcoin for anonymity. Some of these men complied, others didn't. But for everyone involved, the damage was done. In some cases, the leaked information led to further blackmail and, even tragically, the loss of life. The pressure and humiliation drove some to take desperate measures, while others continued to face the consequences of their actions. The shame that followed the hack was a harsh reality for many men who thought they were safely indulging in their desires. The impact team, vigilantes or villains? So who were the hackers who brought Ashley Madison to its knees? The impact team left no trace of their identities, but their message was clear. They were fighting for justice. In interviews, they spoke about how they had carefully planned their attack, bypassing what they called a bad security system at Ashley Madison. They believed the company had made millions by exploiting vulnerable individuals and using lies to hide the truth. For them, exposing the site wasn't just a job, it was a moral mission. Despite the chaos and suffering their actions caused, the hackers saw themselves as bringing down a corrupt company. They never blackmailed the users of the site. That, they said, was Ashley Madison's business model. In their words, "If you profit off the pain of others, whatever it takes, we will own you." The legacy. Lessons learned. To this day, the true identities of the impact team remain a mystery, but the results of their hack are clear. Ashley Madison, once a powerhouse in the world of online infidelity, was exposed for what it truly was: a deceptive, insecure platform that didn't care about the people who trusted it. For the users whose lives were upended by the hack, the lessons are hard-won. For many, it was a reminder about the dangers of the internet, the importance of protecting personal data, and above all, the consequences of infidelity. Ashley Madison's story is a cautionary tale. Never trust your secrets to a company that values profit over people. As the dust settles, one thing is clear: the impact team made a lasting impact. But at what cost? Conclusion. The Ashley Madison hack left a mark that won't be forgotten. It forced the world to reckon with the dark side of online behavior, where lies and deceit can thrive. For those caught in the web of the site's scandal, life would never be the same. It's a reminder: what happens online doesn't stay online. It can follow you for the rest of your life.